Fight Back is an action game on Quest 2 that uses hand tracking to do the actual fighting. This game is created by Celine Tricart, who we actually had on the podcast and interviewed recently. This game was supposed to launch today, International Women's Day, March 8th, but it looks like it's actually launched a few days early even. Although this game looks like an action game on the surface, it's actually using tenets of self-defense in the game and teaching you some of these techniques as you play the game. As a creature of light, you've noticed that other stars are going missing and you have to go take on the shadows to try and help save them. The game is just launched, so it doesn't have any reviews yet, but it looks really interesting, and it actually was in the competition at the 2022 Venice Film Festival, where we were told it had a really positive reception. People really liked it, especially because using hand tracking was really simple for new people to approach it. I also wanted to mention, while we're talking about this developer, they have an app out called The Key. It is more of a virtual film, but it is totally free on the Oculus Store. Might be worth checking out. I'll leave a link to it too. What would another free games list be without another Gorilla Tag clone? Monke Flippers describes itself as a game about a monkey trying to find its way back to its parents and can't seem to find its way back. With only 17 ratings, it's just under 4 stars, and you either love it or hate it with this game. People saying, nice game, good game, not good game, can I have moderator? This is a pretty recent release on February 10th of this year. If you like Gorilla Tag and you want to see what other people are developing that looks very similar to it, might be worth checking out. Venta X describes itself as a 3D VR cinematic concert, but there is something more than meets the eye here. With 95 ratings giving this about a 4.7 star rating, people said it's wonderful, unforgettable, amazing, really neat. But there are mentions of something kind of creepy in this too. I don't want to spoil too much here beyond what you see in the trailer, but it might be worth something checking out if you're someone who likes a little surprise and also wants to see what VR can do for concerts. We've mentioned No Clip VR as it's a free game and it looks a lot like a version of Backrooms VR, but there is a game called Backrooms VR. Now they say this is a smallish Backrooms VR game and it uses Gorilla Tag style locomotion, but like Backrooms, there are entities you gotta watch out for. Currently sitting at almost a 4.5 star rating, 74% of those are 5 stars, with the whole mix in between in there. People saying it could use some updates, it's good, but there's a few things about it that could be better, and most of the lower reviews saying it either needs more levels or they had some sort of glitch when they were playing it. If you've checked out other backroom style stuff and that's your thing, this looks like it might be up your alley, check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm starting to see a couple themes with games that are new and free on the Quest 2. Robot Runner is a game where you can run around as a robot and play fun mini games such as hide and seek and The Floor is Lava. Both game styles that sound familiar, but it has a moderation system, which it says sets it apart from other games like itself. With 174 ratings, a little on the lower side, about a 3.8 rating. You got 57% 5 stars, 26% 1 star, and not nearly as much in between. And from the reviews, they look like they were not taken very seriously or written by people of a young age. So if you're of a young age and this interests you, or if you just want to see what new stuff people are trying to put out on App Lab, it could be worth checking out. I will say personally, although this only came out last August, it's probably not something I'm going to spend any time on, but it might be something you can go in and give us a real review in the store of what it actually is and not some weird story. Gosh, has every new game that's come out for free on App Lab in the last year looked like this? Apple Climbers is a hand-based locomotion game featuring nothing other than apples. Shows different modes like race, exploring the hub with your friends, ice sliding, bouncing, and has a very similar aesthetic, obviously, to Gorilla Tag. One of the higher rated with about a 4.2 rating and only 85 ratings. 5 stars or 76% of the vote, with only 12% at 1 star. Seems as though the game has a very small community from the reviews, with some of them talking directly to the developer, even by name, the developer responding. But the game does have an official original soundtrack, it says. There'll be links to all these different games in the descriptions if any of them strike your fancy and you want to check them out. Wadality is one of the highest rated games on today's list, with about a 4.9 rating and 264 ratings. This is a multiplayer VR shooter that has a unique style where you are moving vertically up through the level. The game has received multiple updates now and has 87% 5-star rating, 9% 4 stars, and only 2% 1 star. And if you go look for those 2% 1-star ratings, one of them even said it's a very good game, and then a couple other citing glitches. Seems like one of those games, although it's still newer on App Lab, it is somewhat well known with the number of ratings it has, but it's definitely something that looks unique and not like just another clone. Now, although this game just came out free on PSVR 2, it has been free for longer on Quest. Cactus Cowboy Plants at War is a very unique game. It's a World War II themed VR story with a good sense of humor built into it and a very high rating. 273 3 ratings have this at about a 4.7. 90% of those are 5 stars, with lower reviews just people saying that it's overrated or that they had some bugs. But this game has been out for just about a year now, although if you are someone who got a PSVR 2 and you want to check it out, Cactus Cowboy's on there too, and it actually is much more immersive and fun than it looks like it might be from the graphics style. Now, one of you recommended that I bring this up in the comments, so Amaze VR has a VR concert platform that recently dropped a Megan Thee Stallion concert with a very high 4.6 rating and 144 stars. A lot of them are really positive on the reviews, saying it looks really good, it's amazing to see the performance. Some saying this is about as close to a grown-up content as you can get on this, so this is rated 17 and up only. Keep that in mind if you're considering checking this out. Now, although you can get this free and get into it, there is in-app purchases pretty quickly. I do want to mention that for those of you thinking about it, but at that point you should be able to hopefully decide whether you think it's worth it to pay for that or if you just want to check out the bit of free content. As a huge fan of Brick Breaker style games, VR Noid really got me interested when I saw that this just launched. It's the retro arcade game of Brick Breaker where you've got the bricks up above and a ball that you keep bouncing back and forth. There's power-ups that create like multiple balls or they make it high speed, but this in VR is also like an air hockey spin on it where you have what looks like an air hockey handle in one hand and you are using that to then bounce the ball back and forth. Although this has not been out for very long, 8 ratings put the demo up at about a 4.7. There is a paid version of the game you can also get, but the demo is at least worth checking out if you're into Brick Breaker like I am. 74% 5-star ratings and 0 1 or 2 stars. There will be links to all these games in the description, all these apps if you want to check any of them out, and we've got others. We made a whole list of the first 50 that we put together up here. I'll leave a link to that too. Check all those out if you're looking for more free content to keep you busy on your quest. And if there's something out there that I haven't mentioned yet, let me know in the comments. I've got more from all of you out there to make more lists coming up for you too, so stay tuned. We'll have a lot more free games and content as it comes out. Thank you for being here. I will see you in another reality.